Hello and welcome on 360 Sport on Trust TV. Well, it's time to talk another side of sports. A lot of activities we've discussed earlier in our subsequent edition. Now we have to move on to another stories that are trending in the juicy world of sport. I am Adeni Ajishafe. Well, we'll be starting from table tennis, that we are Nigerian international table tennis stars. Talking about Aruna Quadri and the rest actually over there in Washington, in Texas, rather precisely in Houston. They are there to prosecute their game in their first matches where Aruna Quadri won. Abiodun also did well. Motayo Edem Offiong suffers the fate. Nigerian star Aruna Quadri came first as he was able to win his first game against Alexander Kanin of Belarus. He won that game 4-0. Good one. He has started on a good note. World number 17 and Africa number 1. Aruna Quadri did so well there. Well, the lady there, Edem Offiong, suffered defeat in her first game alongside Olagide Omotayo, not forgetting Bode Abiodun, who also did well, competing at the International Table Tennis Federation World Championship taking place in Houston, Texas. Nigerian stars will be hoping to do well also alongside other African table tennis stars that are playing in this tournament. Hopefully Africa will do well. The likes of Omar Assar of Egypt, not forgetting El Bilal Mohammed of Egypt also, and also looking at Dina Meshref also of Egypt. Nigerian stars are there. We have one from Senegal, we have from Angola, and also other countries. But as it is, 17 of them will be competing to represent Africa in this ITTF World Championship over there in Houston, Texas. Hopefully they will do well. And from tennis now, we move away to talk about boxing, where a Nigerian did so well, winning his bout at the World Boxing Federation, WBF, talking about Onoriode Ewariame, who did well, winning his World Boxing Federation bout over there in the USA, defeating Luis Rosaldo there, winning that particular fight in a knockout. It was a knockout for him in the 6th round. Onoriode has fought 18 times. He has won 17 out of his fight. And right now, he is celebrating. Onoriode did so well, winning that particular bout. Although he lost, the only fight he lost was against Argentine Bakaramote. Bakaramote of Argentina has been the only one to have beaten this Nigerian, but he has won 17 out of 18 fights. And right now, he is doing so well in the World Boxing Federation bout, winning in the 6th round with a knockout against Lewis, the American heavyweight boxer. Good one for our Nigerian brother, Onoriode Ewariame, who is right now flying high the flag of Nigeria. We just have to celebrate these Nigerians for what they are doing, be it in table tennis, handball, volleyball, boxing, even football. All Nigerians are really important when it comes to 360 sport, because we always want to give much emphasis on Nigerian sportsmen and women. Now we digress away from boxing and table tennis, and now let's talk about some issues on ground making waves in Nigerian sport, especially football. Why I have with me in the studio to do justice to those topics in the person of Ashcroft Abraham. Good to have you in the studio.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir.
Good one.
Nice
now, yeah, you're welcome on the show. Now, let's look at, let's start from Osimhen. Victor Osimhen, lately, he actually got injured while playing for Napoli against Inter Milan in that game where he had a collision with Milan Skriniar. After that, he had a fracture on his face and he was operated upon. That particular injury now, it has been confirmed that this striker will be out of service for the next 3 months while he will be recuperating from that injury he sustained in that particular sport called football. Osimhen right now will be out for 3 months. The effects of his injury now on Nigerian team. Let's even keep Napoli off. Let's talk about Nigerian Super Eagles. We know how good this player is, and now he's injured for 3 months. Nations Cup is starting by January 9 thereabout.
Yes.
And this injury will last for 3. That means December, January, even February.
Yeah.
That means it's out of Nations Cup.
Yes.
Your take on this particular issue?
Okay, let's start from Osimhen's statistics. Osimhen has played 18 matches so far for the Super Eagles of Nigeria, and he has 10 goals. What an incredible performance that is. Now, Victor Osimhen has been our top striker, a very reliable one for the past few months, ever since he has been playing for Super Eagles. I think it's a massive loss for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Very, very massive loss. I was reading about what Joseph Yobo said. He also confirmed it is going to be a big loss for Super Eagles because we only have few reliable central forwards in Nigeria. Thank God, okay, recently they called back Odion Igalo. back into the Super Eagles squad. We have Kelechi Iheanacho. I think these are only two central forwards that can manageably fit in. But the qualities of Victor Osimhen as a striker cannot just be overemphasized.
Now, looking at the fact that you said his quality cannot be overemphasized, is there anyone that you think, okay, Osimhen is injured? Some people are saying, okay, maybe Roa saw a vision that maybe Osimhen will be injured, then he brought in Igalo. Do you think there is a striker out there who can stand in? We know how good Osimhen has been for Nigeria and also for Napoli, but as it is right now, who do you have in mind that can take over that position?
Okay, if I had to be the coach, in my own opinion, I think the only person I can rely on actually is Odion Igalo, due to his experience, and he has similarities in terms of physicality, like Victor Osimhen. When you talk of Kelechi Iheanacho, he likes to play out of the box most of the time. Osimhen is a striker that plays within the box. He finishes anything that comes within the box. So another striker that plays similarly to him is Odion Igalo. I personally will not rely on Paul Onuachu or what they call him. Amoni. Amoni lacks experience. I think he has just been called upon once into the Super Eagles. That was the last qualifier.
Don't you think we should give him little time for him to at least? You don't. Just one match, and then we think he's
at the Nations Cup.
No, I'm talking about, because of the Nations Cup now, that's what you are saying.
Yes.
That he lacked experience.
He lacks experience.
Okay, now, then it means Igalo should just be there as a top 9.
Yes, we have 3 central forwards now. One is Odion Igalo, Kelechi Iheanacho, and Paul Onuachu. These are the 3 central forwards we have. But if we are talking about Osimhen's qualities, who can actually match up to his qualities, then I go for Odion Igalo.
With his experience?
Together with his experience, yes. Okay. And he has this physicality on the ball.
So that means for you now, Igalo should just be there.
Igalo,
yes. But outrightly, we still need one person to at least back up.
We have Kelechi Iheanacho doing that work. At least we can see the number of goals he scores for Leicester City. His performance so far this season, he has been tremendous. So
now, looking at Onuachu, a lot of people look at Onuachu perform so well anytime he's in club side gangs.
Yes.
But when he comes to Nigeria, although it's not as if he has scored some goal, but he's not as prolific as he is in his club.
Yes, I think one factor that might have led to that is probably the quality of players he is playing with at his club side in Genk and also in the Super Eagles of Nigeria. He has not been given the same confidence he has with his club side at the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Most matches, I think the last, I think that was about September, he was given the starting spot to play for us. But for those 2 matches, he was not convincing in any way at all. So he had to relegate back to the bench.
So automatically, he needs to take his own time.
He needs to take his time. I think his best Onuachu comes from the bench than starting. Most Nigerians don't have confidence in Onuachu starting as a top 9.
What about the likes of a lot of people are looking at other strikers?
Yes,
you understand. We have them all around. We have Emmanuel in Watford.
Yes.
We have Bonke or thereabout. We have a lot of them like that. Olarinwaju Kayode,
yes.
All these guys.
Umar
don't
Sadiq.
You think, Sadiq, don't you think at least there is a chance to, let's see who among them? Who do you think?
Yes, I think Olarinwaju Kayode, to a great extent, has more experience than most of all these guys with respect to Super Eagles. What do I see about football is this. It's not all about me watching your club side performing, but what possibly would be your contribution to the Super Eagles of Nigeria? I think Kayode, to a greater extent, has a little bit experience, better than Umar Sadiq and the rest of them like that. We have so many prolific strikers coming up. Yes, young strikers coming up. But it's not just by the way they perform when you watch them over the TV. It's when they come, what do they have to put on the table for us? What is their contribution, possibly? So that is just the main thing. It's not just bringing any striker who will actually make an impact to the squad.
To fit in
yes.
to that squad.
Yes.
The Super Eagles of Nigeria right now are going to be missing the service of Victor Osimhen, injured because of the fracture on his face. In fact, it's a big one. It was operated upon, and now 3 months. Napoli reported that he will be out for the next 3 months. That's a big one. So a big blow to Nigerian football and also to Napoli. And the Nations Cup is just, in fact, you can count days to go, because by after December, now it take it to January, and before you know it, the Nations Cup is here. And it's so painful that our talisman, Victor, the lanky one, is injured. Hopefully, we hope that he will recuperate quick and get back on his feet. Talking about Victor Osimhen, we've been talking with Ashcroft Abraham, who has been analyzing this particular situation. Still talking about the Nigerian Super Eagles angle. Now, this time around, maybe we'll shift a bit. Let's talk about the coaching job. A lot of Nigerians are not too happy with the way Super Eagles have been playing lately, and it's been something that a lot of people are not happy with. Talking about the coaching crew, especially the top man, the main coach. Coach Kanoroy is no longer there now. That is no longer news. But what is now going around is the fact that is it going to be, there was a time, the news came out 2 days ago that a certain Serbian,
yes,
Mladen Krujovic has been the ones that will take over.
Yes.
Why some people are saying, why must he be a foreigner? Some are saying we have Nigeria. After all, Stephen Keshi did and he won the Nations Cup. After all, Amadou Shuaibu has always, when he was alive, he qualified 3 times for the World Cup. And yet we didn't take him to the World Cup. These guys can do it. Why not go for home base? Hence the topic, should NFF hire foreign player, foreign coach or a local coach? Talking about a Nigerian. That's why we take that particular topic. Should NFF hire a foreign or local coach? That's Amunike, Emmanuel Amunike, also very good former player and now a coach. We have him, we have Olise, we have Siasia, we have so many. Even if you have tested those ones before, at least Amunike, Finidi, they've not been tested. So let's give them the chance. Some people are saying. Why some are saying no? Let's get the foreign player coaches. We have they brought the name Krujovic, they brought the name Pizzi.
Yes.
So from your own side of this particular angle, talking about the coach of Super Eagles, where do you stand, local or foreign?
Okay, my own stand, directly foreign coach. Yes, I read about Mladen Krujovic, and he's an high-profile coach to an extent. He took Serbian to the last World Cup 2018, and he was able to manage quite a number of stars. We're talking of likes of Breslan Ivanovic, Tadic, we're talking of Nemanja Matic, Luka Jovic, and the rest of them like that. Now, I read about him. Although, yes, recently, he just resigned from a club where he managed in the Serbian First Division, just 10 months into the job, actually. And I think, to an extent, what these are Super Eagles players need, most of them are foreign-based. We don't have local-based players among them. And most of them would always want to listen to someone who also has the experience with foreign players. And this is where this man comes in. Okay? Going for likes of Emmanuel Amunike, yes, he's an ex-player, highly respected, yes, we know that fact. But it might take him a while to gel into the squad. At this point in time, we are talking about Nations Cup starting in about 2 months' time, in less than 2 months.
It's less than
2 months, yes. So for Emmanuel Amunike to come into the squad, he needs to understand the profile of these players. Yes, I envy the team like Mali, or Senegal rather, whose coach is a local-based coach. Yes, dealing with foreign players, Koulibaly, Mane, and the rest of them like that. And yes, he's been able to bring out the best in them.
Let me cut in. You said if it's going to be local, Amunike or Finidi, they need to understand these players.
Yes.
But one,
yes,
they were former stars. 2, they know these players. They are also Nigerians. It's not as if Osimhen, Ndidi or Iheanacho is from Japan.
Yes.
They are from Nigeria. And Amunike and Finidi are also from Nigeria. And they've also been there, in fact, even bigger than most of these players.
Sure.
If Amunike could play for Barcelona in his playing days, and we know what Finidi did with Ajax in his reigning days too. So these guys were even bigger. So if you look at it, okay, he needs to know these players. I think he knows them already.
Okay, when you say knowing someone, I might be seeing you as a person, but I don't know you.
So is the white, the foreigners now?
Look at it here. Look at it here. What I mean by knowing is this. You know, I mentioned certain names that have been managed by this, but Maldin. Okay, these are high-profile players. Okay, if I am Wilfred Ndidi and I know this man has managed Ivanovic, who is my senior in this game, I give him a different respect.
Good one there.
There's a way I listen.
I will have to cut you so that we can go on a short break. By the time we'll return, we'll talk more concerning this issue of foreign coach, local coach for Super Eagles. We'll be right back after this timeout.
Get latest updates on current topical issues and breaking news by downloading the Trust TV mobile app on your Android devices. Go online, click Google Play Store, search Trust TV, install the app, and get doses of unfiltered information on happenings all over the world in your pocket. Trust TV, documenting the Nigerian story.
Welcome back. Still on 360 Sport on Trust TV. We've been talking with Ashford Abraham about Nigerian Super Eagles job. Talking about the coach. A lot of Nigerians is now a divided issue now, because some are supporting the local coach, some are saying foreign. Although from the body language of Ashcroft, I think you will go for foreign, right?
Sure, I'll go for a foreign coach.
Seriously?
Yes, I'll go for a foreign coach.
So now, are you saying that Nigerian coaches indirectly, are you saying they are not good enough to coach Super Eagles?
No,
for now.
No, I'm not looking at in terms of their capabilities or their technical prowess. Now, what I'm looking at, our NFF actually has been a big issue here. They tend to be more corrupt with our local coaches than with foreign coaches. You see, the secret was actually revealed by Sunday Olise the last time he was appointed as the head coach of Super Eagles. Olise left because he couldn't condole with what they wanted him to do. So he had to take his leave.
And that shows how disciplined
yes.
He is.
Olise did not go through any coaching school in Nigeria. He went through coaching school in Germany. So he's more or less having a white man's mentality already. So when he came in, and Olise naturally is a stubborn person. When Olise came in, he didn't want to dance to their tune. And NFF wanted to press him to dance. And he said the best thing was just let him take his leave. So then, when this guy came in, Genetroa, actually, I've never been a fan of Genetroa.
Okay.
Yes, I am a football coach myself. And, when you see a senior coach, when you watch a football match, you know this coach is actually doing something. Actually, I have not seen anything good in what that guy has done. I will still know the likes of Shuaibu Amodu, late Shuaibu Amodu, Keshi, Christian Chukwu, ahead of Genetroa. We have, these are one of the best stars we've ever had. Individually, these guys are performing with their club sides. So why on earth would they come to Super Eagles and they be dragging with lives of Cape Verde, Sierra Leone, and the rest of them like that, whose player has no value, has no name in the world of football? Well, when we talk of players, we have likes of Etros Ekong, we have Victor Osimhen, we have Wilfred Ndidi, we have Kelechi Iheanacho. We have stars all over the world. And our players, most of them are key players in their club sides. But when they come to Super Eagles, they become one grassroots players. They don't put no tactical player, no game, as in there's nothing enticing about what they play. I was against him right from the last Nations Cup because there was nothing to write him about. The third position we had was individual brilliancy of some players, and that is why I am happy and I'm in support of Odion Igalo returning back into the squad, because he actually made the difference in the last Nations Cup with us. So I wouldn't pray this guy takes us to the next Nations Cup.
Okay. Now, from the way you've spoken so far, actually campaigning for a foreign coach to take over the Super Eagles job, who do you think? Okay, news came out that Kričavić or Pizzi or someone else, do you think can actually do well in this job?
I read about Kričavić well, Madden, and I feel, yes, he has quite a reasonable level of experience to handle this squad, to do the job. What I use in rating coaches is who have you dealt with? At what level have you dealt with them?
And how did you handle them?
How did you handle them? Yes, he was a player himself in the 2006 World Cup. He's a defender for Serbia. Then it was Serbia and Montenegro. He became Serbia, they divided, they separated. So then he became the coach of Serbia in the 2018 World Cup. And look at the caliber of players he managed. The likes of Kolarov, Ivanovic, Jovic, Tadic, and the rest of them, Nemanja Matic. These are high-profile players in Europe. And at least, even if they did not go beyond the group stage, but at least
we know what they do when they play football.
Yes, when they play football.
And despite their stardom, he was still able to curtail or hold them and discipline.
He was able to press down their ego. That is one thing about coaching. If you cannot manage the ego of the players you are dealing with, it's a big problem to you. You understand? And I believe, yes, Amunike would be able to do better than Finidi George. with respect to that. If he's coming to the local part.
Why?
Yes, because Amunike he has been handling teams right before Finidi George. He was with the Tanzanian team in the last Nations Cup, and we saw what he did. So he has that experience handling teams. I think Finidi George started recently. He is not
so it's better for him to stay with Eyimba and have at least let him get the
experience. Yes, let him build his profile from Eyimba. Yes, he just has to build that profile. Let him take his ladder step by step.
So, like I asked you, who do you have in mind?
I have Madden in mind. That's my tick. For
seriously?
Yes.
Well, we hope that that particular position will go to the right person for our football. Super Eagles of Nigeria, we're going for AFCON 2022, and it's just so close. By January 9, thereabout, it will be starting in Cameroon. Nigerian Super Eagles will be there, and we are hoping that we can do well to win the Nations Cup and also progress to the World Cup and do well too. If we can scale through the knockout stage, that's what we call playoffs. Well, as it is right now, we don't have a senior coach right now. Talking about the Super Eagles coach, some people are looking at, can Salisu Yusuf step in? That's another issue for another day. Salisu Yusuf, according to some people, that they say is a very good match reader. But as it is, we need someone that can handle the Super Eagles in the disciplinary side, talking about discipline, talking about putting down the ego of the player, and also someone that knows his honor when it comes to coaching as a coach. Well, we've been talking concerning that, talking about Ashcroft Abraham has been in the studio with us, talking about these particular stories. Now, let's digress. Let's move away from Super, should NFF hire foreign coach or not. Now, let's talk about the big one that will be coming today, the UEFA Champions League. So many matches will be coming up today. A lot of people are looking at Manchester City versus PSG. That's going to be the biggest match, and Atletico Madrid versus AC Milan. Another big match there. Let's look at it one by one. To those two matches, you have Manchester City, PSG, AC Milan playing away to Atletico Madrid at the that beautiful name stadium, Wanda Metropolitano. Yes. That's the place to be.
Yeah, I think, in my own opinion, the second biggest match after Man City PSG is Sporting and the Borussia Dortmund.
Another big one.
Yes, that is the second biggest match of the night. Now, Man City, Paris Saint-Germain, well, they have 1 point difference, and they are fighting for who tops this table. It's going to be a big match in England. It's going to be a big match in England. At least PSG is having the return of Sergio Ramos today in the squad. Okay, although probably we don't expect him to start. We expect him coming from the bench. And you would never undermine a team that parades the likes of Kylian Mbappe, Neymar, or Lionel Messi. You can't undermine such team. But one thing that has actually dragged me back of PSG's performance is Pochettino. I have never been a fan of. I tell people, there are coaches who perform with average teams, but when they get to perform, when they get to meet an high-profile club, you don't see that performance in them again. And that is Pochettino's problem.
Okay, I'll take you on Sporting Dortmund. Sporting Dortmund.
Yes. Sporting Dortmund, well, I tip Borussia Dortmund for a win tonight.
Borussia Dortmund should win.
I tip them for a win tonight.
What if Sporting wins?
Well, it's football actually. It's football actually. But I tip Borussia Dortmund. They have better quality. They have more experience.
Good one there. Lastly, just one word concerning the Atletico versus AC Milan.
Well, Atletico Madrid all the way.
Winning.
Well,
it has been with Ashford Abraham, who has been talking concerning that, supporting his own team, and also his own opinion has been for himself alone. Well, good one there. We've talked about a lot of activities in the world of sport for this edition. Good to have you in the studio once again.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, that's a good one there. Now, talking about sporting activities, a lot of Champions League matches will be coming up tonight, and also a Europa League match between Spartak Moscow and also talking about Napoli without Victor Osimhen. A lot of matches in the UEFA Champions League that we just told you earlier, and that will be the beats on 360 Sport for this hour. I am Adeni Ajishafe. Keep doing sport. Thanks for watching.